Hello everyone and welcome to our new video analysis. This time I will talk about Bitcoin. We are seeing some reversal to the downside on cryptocurrencies, mostly since US yields bottomed with the US dollar, and you can clearly see that US dollar is making some very impressive rise here out of this wedge pattern. So I'm thinking about more upside here into minimum free wave recovery. You can see even 38 or 50% retracement of this drop from June highs. And actually, this reversal, this recovery is actually happening since Fed decided to cut rate back in mid of September. So despite this cut, market is making the opposite reaction, which is not a surprise because most of the dollar weakness has recently been driven by speculations that Fed will cut rates. So now when they finally done it, we're seeing the opposite reactions. And of course, this also has some bearish impact on the assets as well. And we are seeing here Bitcoin turning to the downside. Now, it's always very important to realize or maybe to zoom out a bit and see from where the market is turning down. And if you take a look here on the futures chart, you can actually see that this third leg of recovery was quite similar to the first one. And usually this occurs within a free wave structure. So maybe that was an ABC recovery. Okay, so it's very tough situation right now because it basically means that Bitcoin is back in the very big range that is in play for the last few months. But always when this something major changes occurs here, I want to zoom out and see where we are on a bigger scale. Now, if we take a look here, we are still basically just in consolidation. So the big picture still remains the same, and I'm thinking about more upside here, which still can occur this year, I believe. Now, the question is, what is the wave structure? Well, before we go to some of the wave counts, here on futures, I want to pay attention to gaps. Okay, those gaps are very important. They are filled very frequently, and then once they are filled, the market reverses. It occurred here back in August. Also, even here, we had some small gap to the downside at the end of August and then filled it on August 29th before market resumed lower. And then since end of September, so start of September, where market gapped higher, we printed new highs. We came very close to 66,000, but now we are pulling back down. So I'm wondering if maybe this gap, which is still unfilled, can possibly be filled. But if this would happen, I would expect that market will basically turn away from it. Okay. So for now, when dollar is on the rise, I just think that there can be more weakness here. As I said, we have open gap here. We have seen only free wave rise. And by the way, this drop also looks quite impulsive here on a smaller time frame. So after a rally, I would be expecting more weakness. But now the question is where we are on a higher time frame chart. Well, as I said, I usually want to zoom out a little bit and keep in mind that if you look here at this price action, it's still very slow, choppy, complex, very overlapping. It's not impulsive. So it means that just it's still a correction, it's still a pause within uptrend, but just more complex, longer one. And there obviously are different possibilities how to count this formation. But for now, I will stick with the triangle because we have here three waves from that rise. Okay, and also we have this gap down here, as I said, around 55,000. So if we will see another free wave drop into that area and then maybe turn higher, possibly maybe even who knows from that trendline support, then I think that we will have even more important evidence that that's really a triangle and that we could see more upside. So Bitcoin unfortunately is still sideways. We are not seeing any kind of a bullish resumption yet. Of course, you want to see 66 500 broken to make sure that, and then obviously 67, which is the channel resistance, to make sure that bulls are back. But for now, when the US dollar is still in recovery mode, I just think that in the short term, we can basically expect more weakness after this rally. However, tomorrow we have the non-farm payrolls report, and also it will be another very important event for dollar and also Bitcoin. Traders, good luck. Talk to you soon.